Hello, Froggy here, and today we'll be breaking the box in the Ishtar Research Facility section of the Encore exotic mission. You'll want Navigator for the full effect, or I guess you could bring a sparrow. But either way, the first thing you're going to need to do is activate the bonus chest sort of areas. You can do that in this room off to the side after you drop down from the mildly mazy bit. You can also go back from the second of the complexes you find to return to the previous area from the shell mission if you want to summon a sparrow and bring it with you. But I'm not going to be doing that in this video. Instead, we're going to be getting out of the map in one of the later of these bonus areas. So if we go into this portal here, we'll get to the delete section.
I have discovered an anomalous signal in your location. Please discern its source.
You may be noticing a little bit of anomalous behavior here. I'm jumping up against things that clearly look like they should be mantleable, but I am not mantling. Generally, that means that you're out of box, because for some reason that doesn't work there. Once you've cleared this area, you can make your way to the left, and you'll find there's a hole somewhere around here. Ah, there we go. It is a jump that would normally be fairly easy, but of course, we cannot clamber up the side because we're out of box. I'm going to be using Navigator just to get out of here easily. If you don't have that, you could just use a stasis grenade or something. But you would have a much harder time moving around once you're out if you don't have Navigator. Let's go take a look at what we've got here. If you're Navigator flying, you'll want to make sure that you are not touching the ground when you fire your shot to avoid activating the timer. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait those few seconds. You can see there is a structure in front of us that's kind of a leftover from the first zone of the mission. But first, we're going to be making our way out towards the pyramid. Luckily for us, that is in fact solid, so it serves as a nice checkpoint in case you mess up like I just did. Well, that's what we've got swords for. Still getting used to the whole swapping weapons instead of just hitting tab to get the eager proc. That is very nice that this pyramid structure is solid, even if it's a bit difficult to stand on. Let's see if I can get on the tip here. The side will work too. One of the things that Bungie really likes to do with these missions is make sure that you can see where you're going from the beginning. You can see if we drop down here, this is the earlier part of the mission where you're going through the jungle area and hit the portal to go into the research facility itself. And that thing we were looking at earlier is about where the mission started, so let's see if we can just make our way over there. Getting a little bit of height. If you got Navigator, you can do all this sort of flying on any of the different characters, so that's pretty nice. Of course, the exotic being locked behind a dungeon is a bit less nice for those of you who have not had RNG smile upon you yet. Getting a sparrow to this point is a bit trickier. I'll leave that as an exercise for the viewer. But yeah, luckily this structure is all solid, and you can see the view to the pyramid that we were just on. And confirm that that is in fact where we go in this mission. Kind of wondering if any of that is solid. It might be one of the side rooms. Yeah, let's go take a look. It's not looking terribly solid, but can't really be too sure until you actually touch it. Now this thing might be in box, so it's a little bit dangerous. Oh yeah, that definitely is, but luckily I don't think we got dragged too far, so escaping this should not be too difficult. It'll take a little bit of time, though. I'm just gonna swap over to stasis. And now we wait for abilities. So you get your barricade a bit faster, so I'm gonna just throw on some Hoarfrost Z here, because we can block that right away. Except I seem to have put my crystals inside of the wall, and I don't think that's gonna help. But if we manage to break a crystal, it should get us our grenade back pretty quickly. Only one more death cycle there. The stasis crystal will block our spawn point, so we'll spawn back up here. Nice and convenient. So I don't think you want to go down there. Well, now that we've gone down, I think it's probably about time we go up. Not sure how high up the height ceiling is, but I'm sure we can at least reach the dome. A long flight, so let's just skip ahead. So the level of detail on these is maybe a little low, so I don't have much hope for them being solid. Especially the Vex bits. Yep, those look pretty intangible. Of course, I haven't checked every little bit, so it's possible something would be. But yeah, it looks like we should be able to go straight up through this. So far, so good. Huh. Well, that seems to have hit something. This... It doesn't look like it's solid. I think I just went through whatever that was. But it's kind of acting like a collision surface. Might be a... Oh, wait, my grapple's gone. Well, not much up there other than the ability to look through everything from above, so I think I'll just call that a success and take a little flight around. The Vex stuff continues to not be solid, though luckily the domed ceiling isn't as well, so probably would have been easier to go up anywhere except for the area that looked like it had a hole. The Cube 17 managed to get this shot of the area, so I guess as you go higher you get outside of this kind of purple filter. You can see the central area down below. I do always enjoy getting a aerial view of the whole area. Gives you a bit of more of a sense of how they make the maps. And we can get a bit of a more up-close view. I haven't looked over the other areas in too much detail, but before I head out, we can take a look at the beginning area a bit closer. So this is back on that platform we had our res set on before. It's a little tree thing off to the side. I imagine this is probably in the first zone as well. I know there were some trees there. Got some suspicious looking platforms in the distance. And a fairly good view here. Might as well check and see if these structures are in fact solid. Yeah, nice, they are. A little bit unexpected. I imagine most of the things are going to be then. We've got the waterfall, which I'm sure many people jump down on their first run through, because it kind of points towards a direction you might think we're going in. And this is about where the portal room would be, although not much going on here. And sure enough, it's dragging us right into the jungle area. So, those of us that attempted that path can rest assured that it would have been a shortcut. Anyways, that'll about cover it for this set of exploration, and I'll catch you next time.